a new penal code in Afghanistan has raised serious concerns about the treatment of women and children, because the Taliban have legalized domestic violence. The new 90-page criminal code was signed by the Islamist group's supreme leader, and the legislation of domestic violence is not only against women, but also allows husbands to punish their wives and children, as long as it does not cause broken bones or open wounds. But it gets worse. In the case a husband causes visible fractures or injuries in cases of obscene force, he could face only 15 days in prison. But that is if the victim can prove the abuse in court. The women are expected to show their wounds to the judge while remaining fully covered. For context, a married woman can spend up to 3 months in prison for visiting her relatives without her husband's permission. This move from the Taliban has drawn criticism from activists.
The implications of this latest code for women and girls is simply terrifying. The Taliban, however, have understood, and understood correctly, that no one will stop them. Will the international community prove them wrong? And if so, when?
Now, rights groups say that people in Afghanistan are afraid to speak out against the new code because the Taliban issued a ruling saying even discussing it is an offence. The new penal code has also abolished the 2009 law on the elimination of violence against women. That was introduced under the previous US-backed regime. Now, aside from legalising domestic abuse against women and children, major changes have been made to how criminal punishments are handed out. Punishment is now based on social class, rather than the nature or gravity of the offence. Article 9 of the Code divides society into 4 categories: religious scholar, elite, middle class, and lower class. If an Islamist religious scholar commits a crime, the response will be advice. If an elite commits a crime, the consequence will be a court summons and advice. For those in the middle class division, the same offence would result in imprisonment. But for those from the lower class, the punishment for the same crime escalates further with imprisonment and corporal punishment. That's the use of physical force to inflict pain. And corporal punishment for serious offences will be carried out by religious leaders rather than prison authorities. Now, the Taliban are yet to publicly respond to criticism over the new legal framework, but there are international groups ringing alarm bells. As of now, no world leader has spoken out against the penal code. But further scrutiny is likely, whether it has an impact on the Taliban's decision-making or not. They have given Afghan husbands the green light to abuse women and children.
Power doesn't end quietly. Some deaths are not accidents. They are messages. A gunshot. A crowd. A country frozen. The killer disappears. The questions don't. This is not just about who died. It's about what followed. Governments fell. Armies moved. History rewrote itself. 5 leaders. 5 moments. One pattern. The assassination.